So today I'm going to be talking about this DEWALT FLEXVOLT miter saw and two things I don't like about it. So let's get started. So this video isn't made to just bash this saw and tell you that it's not good. Overall, it's a good saw, and the reason I'm talking about it is because over the past few weeks I've gotten quite a few emails just asking me about what saw I think someone should buy. So this is kind of like the two things that if someone was saying, hey, I'm thinking of buying this saw, this is what I would tell you in advance. So by all means, it's a good saw. I'll just state that in the beginning. If I didn't think it was worthy, it would not be here on the job site with us because it wouldn't be worthy. But there are two things I noticed. The first one's a pretty big deal. Second one is kind of just an annoyance. So the first one is going to be blade deflection. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when the blade kind of like wobbles. You want your blade to cut straight on your material, obviously with finish work, because when those miters come together, you want, you know, that tightness to them. But with these 12-inch saws, this one in particular, it's got some deflection to it, and that can be seen by my zero clearance insert here that Custom Fabricating Solutions sent me. So this right here though, this is the zero clearance insert, this white piece that I'm talking about. And I'm gonna bring the blade down and you're gonna see that it's no longer a zero clearance insert. The clearance is about 1/8 on each side. But the whole point of a zero clearance insert is that it comes down, when the blade comes down, it is dead on with that insert. So you can use that to take accurate measurements. There's really a lot of things you can do with that zero clearance insert. But as soon as I put this in, I noticed within a few cuts that this thing had some pretty bad deflection in it. And granted, when I first put this in, I was actually chopping up some boards that I really didn't care about. I probably should have waited to put it in till I chopped those boards up. I was kind of like breaking material down to get rid of it. But I was like super excited, so I put this thing in, cut those boards, and I was like, saw that there was some deflection in there. But overall, the saw is good. If you cut slow, if you really take your time when you're bringing your arm down and let the saw do the work, let it build up the RPM and everything, have a sharp blade. Yeah, if you do all those things, you can save a lot of that, that headache. And the number one thing would be just taking your time and cutting really slow. So that would be number one, the issue that I had with this saw. Number two would be, like I said, number two is kind of an annoyance, but I typically have these, I'm typically running this saw with the 9 amp hour batteries, the 60 volts, these that you see here. And these will last me, if I'm cutting all day, I probably will have to change them out, and I have 2 more 60 volts that that I can switch out for this. So I have them in circulation, so there's never any downtime. But there was one time that I did actually have to break out the AC adapter and use it because both were dead. I just didn't charge my batteries in circulation. But I'm gonna show you real quick, when this is on, and I rev the saw up with batteries, it sounds totally fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and rev the saw up, and we're just gonna listen to the way that this sounds. So to me, that sounds completely normal. But what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take these batteries out and set them over here. I'm gonna grab that AC adapter, put it on, and then show you what it sounds like. And by the way, DEWALT did just come out with a 12 amp hour battery, which is, these are the 9s. These were the big ones for a long time, but the 12 amp hour is coming out soon, or it's already out, I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna plug this in and we'll show you how it sounds. And like I said, this doesn't affect the performance of the saw, but if someone asked me, I'm thinking about buying the saw, I would just tell you these things. So listen to the difference here. It just sounds like it's kind of struggling or almost overpowered. I don't really understand what's going on there. But that first startup, as soon as I started using this AC adapter on that job where my batteries ran out, I noticed that. I'll do it again. It's just really annoying. It doesn't feel like you're about to make a really fine precision cut. It feels like you turned on a jackhammer or something. And again, it doesn't affect the cut or anything. I haven't noticed it, but it's just an annoyance. And I mentioned this before and people said, that's just the way it is. I have other FLEXVOLT owners come and commented in and said, that's what mine does. So I guess that's just what it is. If someone out there knows what's going on, I would love to know, but let's hear it again. Kind of weird, but overall, if you're in the market for a new saw, I'm not sponsored by DEWALT at all. Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with most brands that are out there today. So I'm not, saying, hey, go buy this DEWALT or buy a Milwaukee or whatever. It can do everything. It can do one saw does it all type of thing. Obviously, it can make big cross cuts. It's got this, capacity with the rails on it to slide out. But for my little panel moldings and like little detailed stuff, I do like to bust out my Milwaukee 7 1/4 because there's no deflection in that one that I've noticed. But I'm happy with this saw. I purchased this saw with my own money and it's been good for me. I totally love the fact that it's cordless and I recommend it. So that's my answer, and that's the two things that I have an issue with this on. Everything else is great. So thanks for watching, and I've got to take this thing off and put my batteries back on because that is just so annoying. So yeah, thanks for watching and we'll see y'all on the next video. Take care.